Panther Sam has acted pretty quickly on every decision so far. But he doesn't love this turn card. Don't see him raising, don't see him folding. I think he's going to end up making the call and reevaluating on the river. All in. I stand corrected.
You did get a really bad seat drop there. Raise.
800. It's the raise. Mariano. That was my pick. Both players hit an ace.
You would have come in spot. I would call San Martino.
I got some bad news.
Slicer going to come along. I better hit something here or Mariano's going to win this hand. Uh-oh, I did. 2 pair now for Slicer. Mariano's going to fire again here, I would imagine, to try to take a seat. The turn is a 6, but there it is. 6 of diamonds. 3,300 is the bet from Mariano, and what's Slicer going to do here with the 2 pair?
I mean, I should have done it just because of the stream. If I get stacked, at least I get some stream credit.
I mean, I'll tell you what, if you call there with that, I'm going to really think about my spots in the future.
Here, that didn't work for me.
It didn't work, yeah.
If you're done, he'd have like ace-9 suited.
I know.
Got him.
All in from Slicer with 2 pair. Mariano asking for the count. Those pink chips are 5,000 each. Should be close to 17,000.
All right, so
16,650.
16,650 is the bet.
some small bets, bigger bets. I saw the bigger bet. I was like, all right, we're going fucking in. They're like, oh, I have a 6. I'm like, 6? What the hell?
It's my guy going up against your guy in the stand-up game.
I think I'm going to win this one. Mariano with a lot of outs, though.
If you had queens again, that would have been brutal.
Oh, yeah.
Wow,
Makes
he
the
calls.
call.
Table, guys.
Ace 10 versus ace 6. He needs a jack 10 or 7, Mariano. It's not one of them.
You open it with the peanut butter whiskey.
Jake with the big slick and the cool shades.
What's that one called again? Screwball.
It's really good. Have you had some before?
Yeah, I have.
It's really good.
825 is the bet with big slick over to Pier.
The first time I had it was like similar to, I guess, your experience where someone just sort of gave it to me and was like, try this.
Pier with the 7-5 off, and he's looking to defend here, so a very disguised 7-5 off will not be pushed around. Makes the call. Cards are live. Let's see if Pierre can connect on this community flop.
I live in Southern California.
Okay, cool.
Yes, indeed. Binks a 7 here. Bottom pair. Gut shot to Broadway with some overs for Jake, so let's see what happens. Pierre in position, Jake from the small blind, pot at 1,800, and he's going for a C-bet. Looks to be about 600, 1/3 pot or so. 700 it is.
And I drove the 2.5 hours down to Morongo to play some 2-5.
From where?
Lego Boss.
Quick call from Pierre.
I lived outside Oak City.
Oh, okay.
I lived there before.
And now it's 2 pair
Yeah, so then you know
for
exactly
Pierre. Jake with the heart redraw, king of hearts. Slows down, checks it on over. Pierre will be firing. Don't think he's going to elect for any pot control here. He knows he's got the best hand.
It's great, yeah.
Like,
Probably go for about half pot or so, 1,800, something like that.
Makes it 1,000.
A little less.
We'll tell you the chip values in a minute. Jake is going to, let's see what he's going to do.
I think for 1,000 he's going to come along here.
He
Makes
does.
a call.
Lisa will give us the river. Jake looking for a heart.
Not really the card that Pierre wanted to see, as his 2-pair could be counterfeited a number of different ways, but he's got the best hand. Imagine this is going to go check, check. Don't see Pierre blasting off here.
So you live in Austin now, right? Properly. Okay, how do you like it?
See Pierre processing what he's up against. Maybe he needs to turn this now into a bluff, but I think he's going to slow down and just see what Jake's playing here early on in the session. Let's see. Taking a lot of time here, so once he starts thinking this long, might indeed fire in a bet here.
Yeah. I do go to those commercial spots. I would like Terry Black's.
Yeah.
It's great. I mean, I know it's like touristy, but I think it's the best one. I need to go to Love Barbecue. That one's really highly rated.
What is it?
Love Barbecue.
Oh, okay.
That one's really highly rated.
Today, Junior! All in from Pierre.
Interesting. Rips it all
First time
you can eat here with just 7-5
I ever
off.
landed in Austin, I was like, I want to try barbecue. Never
Jake thinking about it.
First time I ever landed here, I was like, I want to try barbecue. So I just typed in barbecue and I went to, what is it, Terry Black's, right? And it was amazing. And I came here right after and I was like, have you guys heard of Terry Black's? Like, that spot's awesome. Everyone's like, shut the fuck up. We know what that is.
There's like a little bit of like a people want to be hipster at barbecue, and just like you're like, oh, I like Terry Black. It's like cool. You know?
Oh, that's
Mine is a little suspect here, but I don't think Jake's going to be the hero that the chat needs and call off his entire stack with ace high.
My favorite barbecue, and then like some place that like people have been to twice, you know. Hey, we're not mic'd up here. It's gonna get stuck to start off. That's kind of cool.
Makes the call.
Wow.
Makes the call. The hero call calls off 7K.
No, what?
Jake is going to buy in for another 10K or more.
We are thinking about multi-streaming on different types of platforms, but right now, YouTube is where you can find us. Also, the Lodge Poker Club, all these social medias,
I
sites.
hate the Euros, how it, like the dollar bills get
But we
bigger
really
and
do have
bigger
one of
and
the
bigger.
largest and most
Now it
generous
just doesn't fit in your wallet.
chats in all of YouTube, and we really do appreciate that. We don't take it for granted. Slicer making it 1,600 here. Richard,
Minimum 5.
early
Also,
position.
not having ones
He's got Slicer dominated, but how does he want to play this here? Flat, 4-bet?
He might have that hand in the back of his mind where he didn't 4-bet ace king. Wow, he folds.
Lays it down.
Folds the ace queen.
I remember when like
Giving Slicer a lot of respect there. Didn't think folding was in the cards.
I didn't think so either. I thought he was leaning more towards a call or a 4-bet.
now costs
And he would have connected with that flop too. Could have won himself a decent amount of money, even though Abdallah now with the ace and the flush draw.
like something you could buy for like 1 lira. Now it's like 1 euro. It was just so retarded. And everybody was like
10 of spades would be a
all over that board right now. We don't want to be
spicy. I don't think that's available though.
Certain countries are much bigger winners than the EU.
Yeah, you can see in the top right,
Like Germany is awesome for it because
just Slicer's outs. Actually, it could be available. Did you see someone fold it pre-flop?
by
I didn't, but I'm a little confused why it's not.
Because it gives Jake a flush. That's why it's not up there as
Yeah,
now.
that makes sense. Whoops. It is available. Let's hope it comes. Max paying for Slicer.
Jake picks up a gutter as well.
But basically, it's like Germany does really well, and then like the poorest countries do well because they would
6,000 here in the middle. Actions on Jake. 93%
so the
equity here. A stranglehold on this one. Slicer's been telling a story,
people that just get like totally screwed, you know?
and he's continuing to reach for chips after Jake checks. Action on Slicer. What does he make it?
just heard people say it was bad.
4,000 or so, 4,000. So foot on the gas here.
The UK is just like, proud.
Yeah, it was like what? Pounds in our queen.
Yeah, right?
Jake going nowhere with top pair drawing to the nuts and also picking up additional equity for the wheel.
This is when stack sizes get to be kind of interesting here.
Yeah, this pot is building. Only 11,000 behind for Slicer. Will be about the same for Jake if he makes this call. Throws in a piece of bubble gum, makes that call. So 14.2 in the middle.
There we go. Yes.
And the flush gets there. The nuts.
I'm surprised you even answered that, honestly.
And Slicer, I thought that was a check, or is he going to pull the trigger? He will not. Wisely waves the white flag.
19.99 from Kylie.
Okay, thanks.
$5 footlong sandwiches for Rick and Skull. Thanks for keeping me company during peak hour Austin traffic.
Kylie, thank you so much. Very generous, and drive safe in that traffic. Austin traffic is no joke.
It's okay, Kylie. I don't need a
it.
sandwich.
We don't need it Subway, though.
Yeah, Subway sucks. Hoodies is good. Unless Subway decides to sponsor, then we'll.
When you do the
Well, Brad and I owe
makes it so people don't know
Rick
if
a
you're
sandwich.
Yes.
Mariano 3-bets the 3K. Ace Queen here versus suited Ace Jack for Jake.
that side.
So could have a queen in the window. Jack right behind it. Trouble for Jake. No hearts on this board either. Drawing very, very thin. 2 outs, but only 1 Jack remains.
Uh-oh.
Mariano also holding the ace of clubs, a crucial card here. He feels pretty confident about his holdings. And Jake's going to make the call, dig himself a deeper hole, pot over 10,000.
No, I'm just this today. I don't know if I
7 of hearts.
I only played that one time I played with you.
I think Mariano's going to make this pretty close to 5,000.
I took an edible. I told you I would.
Oh, that was
That's the only time I played.
Is that the one?
Try and go for it all here on the river.
It's more of a.
What is he targeting? Somewhere along the jacks, the flush draw with the clubs, maybe a king-queen. You got all those beat.
Well, it's a 3-bet pot with the ace and queen of clubs accounted for, so I don't think that he's going to imagine that he's up against the flush draw quite as often as if he didn't have the ace of clubs.
Correct. Goes for 3.5.
Thanks, John Gordon, for that super chat. Really appreciate it. Jake now with a decision. He's dead to the jack of spades.
The first couple times I did it, I remember we talked about it, like you got paranoid, you hated it. That's how I was, and then I just kind of like leaned into it.
And
But
he's
I
going
mean,
to get away right here. Nice fold. Looks like Jake's sending those cards to the top. That was like 53% fold, but now reaching for chips. So not able to get away yet. Drawing to 1 out from outer space. Will it happen? Not tonight. Stack to pot ratio 1-to-1 for Jake. Will Mariano rip it? Downsizes there on the turn 3.5. Will he make this somewhere along the lines of half pot where Jake can't even really get away? You saw Jake was in distress there on the turn. Will Mariano pick up on that? Wants to get maximum value. Unlikely that a jam gets called. But he goes for it all. He's going to take his best shot. He's stuck. He's got some money to make up. Jake not holding any clubs, so maybe Mariano is doing this with the bluff with 2 clubs of his own. Much rather have a club in his hand, does Jake, but Jake just with 1 pair of jacks, ace kicker, reaching for calling chips. Close your eyes, Brad Owen.
This hurts to watch. Let it go, Jake. Let it go. You know, I think that Mariano's image helps a lot here. He has the image of someone who's not winning. So I think that is perhaps something that Jake might be considering.
Perhaps Mariano got word that Jake likes to punt stacks with ace high, like the first hand of the stream. Now he's got a pair.
I do have 10% of Jake if you're just joining us.
Lays
He
it down.
lays it down. Good
Nice.
fold.
Big slick for Pierre. Opens the action to 250. Panther Sam with the suited ace right next to him makes the call.
I just heard a last call for DQ.
So that's what I
All
just
right.
heard too. DQ, are you in the building or is there an imposter?
DQ texted me and asked me if it's true that you're selling 10% of your World Series of Poker.
He texted you.
Yes. He wanted to know if it was true. I have no idea. Ace 10-4, couple of hearts, 2 pair for Panther Sam.
I also have a text from DQ. That's funny.
Something for everyone on this flop. Top 2 for Panther Sam.
Yeah, this is trouble for Pierre though.
I like the classic coloring where it's like reds are 5, green 25, blacks are 100. I hate when it's like, oh, well, let's get fancy. We're gonna have white something, and then we're gonna have some like random blues in the minor ones. And like, let's make it. Let's throw an orange in. It's like,
Panther Sam not slow playing anything here. Going to charge the hearts, the Broadway draws. Hopefully a hand like ace king, ace queen, ace jack you have crushed currently, and these players are pretty deep. And Pierre, thinking he's got the best hand, goes for the check raise. New price 1,500. If I'm Panther Sam, I'm just flatting the 1,500 and seeing what Pierre does on the turn as he makes the call. 4,000 in the middle.
never been used.
Ooh, and somebody folded King Jack.
As they should, but this Panther Sam's not gonna love this turn card.
I don't think either of them are going to love it too much. You know, Pierre picks up a gutter, so his equity goes up from 18 to 23%.
But the 8 hands like ace queen now get there as well. But Pierre's not slowing down, 3,300. Panther Sam has acted pretty quickly on every decision so far. But he doesn't love this turn card. Don't see him raising, don't see him folding. I think he's going to end up making the call and reevaluating on the river. All
Wow,
in.
rips
I
it.
stand corrected. All in. So Panther Sam goes for it.
So Pierre has the ace of hearts here, so it makes it a lot less likely, and he has a king blocker as well, so it makes it a lot less likely that that Panther Sam is doing this as some kind of a
flush draw,
bluff.
right.
Yeah. But it makes it tougher for him to have the straight that he has the king blocker.
Yeah, very possible a hand like ace queen, though, ace 10 that Panther Sam could have. Pocket 10s, likely to take this line. Pocket 4s. All possible in Panther Sam's range. So Pierre just with one pair, top. Plenty of people overplay ace king. Like
Did you just say that?
I was looking at you when I said it.
I've been arguing that point
Yeah,
for 2 years now.
not always the case though. Pierre likely to end up sending these cards into the muck.
After this hand, huge super chat announcement. What is Pierre going to do here?
It worked out that was like one of the 2 summers I was playing.
He basically beats like king, queen of hearts.
But like otherwise, it's like you can't pay a debt with render. It's like how am I gonna?
Yeah, losing to a lot of hands that we already mentioned. So Panther Sam hasn't gone out of the line once today.
He beats queen jack of hearts if that was somehow turned into a bluff. Jack 9 of hearts.
What do you think? Is he calling or folding? Rick?
I think he is going to fold.
Brad?
I think that he's going to call. I think that he's going to call. It's hard when you're stuck and you're in these kind of situations. He's been in some not fun spots the entire day. He didn't get that bluff through against Doug.
I think he's going to fold.
What do you think, chat? 1 if he calls, 2 if he folds. 1 if he calls, 2 if he folds. He's reaching for chips, and he makes the call.
Brad
won.
The correct one. That's why they pay him the big bucks. That's why he's the WPT latest new ambassador. And Pierre looking for assistance. Will he get it? One-time Max Payne.
He's looking for a king, queen, or jack. Looking for paint is Pierre. That's not going to be it.